Thanks first of all for the opportunity to speak here. My name is Kfir Pravda. I have a marketing agency and also very, very much interested in storytelling. And when we talk about storytelling, we're talking about two things, about stories and about how we tell them. Now, in many, many aspects, people are saying that technology changes a lot of basic stuff that we do today. So I have two stories for you. A guy is on a boat in the middle of the sea, middle of the ocean. There are several other guys, other sailors in the same boat. And they have a big bird flying over the boat. And this guy don't really like this bird and he kills it. And suddenly, the weather changes, the boat stuck in the middle of the water, no wind, okay? And all his friends turn into zombies. True story. All his friends turn into zombies, right? And then they start to blame him for the fact that the boat is stuck, and they take the bird that he killed and they put it on him because he killed the bird, okay? The bird is an albatross, by the way, okay? And then he doesn't have water, he doesn't have enough air, all his friends are zombies, so he looks into the water and he sees all those magnificent creatures in the sea, and he thanks God for the beauty of nature. Suddenly, rain starts pouring in, everything is okay, and this guy spends the rest of his life grabbing people going to a wedding and telling them this story again and again. This is story number one. Okay? Sounds like a Sam Raimi kind of thing, right? Story number one. Story number two. A guy wants to protect his family. That's the only thing he cares about. But his father is in a bit of a shady business. He tries to make his own living until he sees that someone's trying to kill his father. So he decides to take action. And he kills the people who tried to kill his father. Okay? By doing so, he switches sides to become a shady person as well. At the end of the story, he sees that if he wants to protect his family, he has to continue killing other people. So he kills all his opponents in that specific field, or business, let's call it this way. Okay? Two stories. Do you recognize any of the stories?
The second one was The Godfather.
The second one was The Godfather. That's true. The first one was written several hundred years before that by a poet called Samuel Taylor Coleridge. It's called The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. It's a very famous poem. Of course, they didn't say the guy in the boat. They wrote it in 500 or 600 lines of the poem. But at the end of the day, stories are the same. But the way that we tell stories has changed dramatically. How many people here have smartphones? How many people here are lonely? Okay. Define a smartphone. How many people here have an iPhone? Yeah. How many people here have an Android phone because they're poor? How many people here are lonely, sitting in dark nights and using their Nokia? And proud of it, yeah. Ignorance is bliss. Okay. So how many of you are constantly connected to the internet? I mean, how many here have a high-speed internet, wireless internet package on the phone? And probably everybody here are on Twitter, Facebook, Foursquare, Gowalla, have an iPad? Probably just to show everyone they have an iPad. Look, the whole combination of smartphones, social networks, and mobile broadband did a very unique difference. It changed the way that we actually do react to things around us. Because, and that's something that affects everything around us, the border between digital and physical completely blurred. We can stand here and do a Foursquare check-in and get information from the internet, right? There is no differentiation anymore between physical and digital. The guys before me, I mean, they were complaining that they were after a magician. I am after two comedians, okay? But the guys before me were talking about the fact that they are meeting their friends on tweet-ups that they Actually, for example, I have here Shimon, which is Shimon Taha, which is a guy that I've never met before, but I know everything about his, his movies taste. He has a great movie taste in movies. He likes the same movies that I do, so he has a great taste in movies. That changes the way that we conceive stories. Let's talk about 3 specific things that are happening in this field. I'm teaching in IDC Herzliya, the course about internet storytelling. There we're doing something very, very interesting, in my opinion, at least, and even some of the students agree. We are creating entities on social networks, real people, profiles, with backstories, with images of their friends, with their images. They have friends, okay? We're creating these profiles on Facebook, Twitter, sometimes other networks. And we are writing a basic linear story, just like the one that I told you before. Beginning, middle, end. Very, very basic. We create these entities, these profiles, 3 months before we start to tell the story. Basically, we are creating the entity, and it gathers friends, does all those basic activities. Sometimes we fabricate pictures of people in pubs, right? We have a full biography of this specific person, of this specific character. Where did he live? Where did he study? We see some very interesting stuff because a lot of people are trying to connect these people. Tell them, don't you remember me? We studied together. Those are all, iStock photo images. And then at a specific point in time, we start to tell a story. So think that you are connected to someone on Facebook, and after 3 months, the status messages that this guy is posting starts to tell a story. He's connected to different kinds of media, to videos that they are making, to images that they're taking, and so on and so forth. And during the course of a week, the story starts, has its dramatic eclipse, and all the basic concepts of storytelling, and ends. Now, for us, we're sitting and watching or being a part of this story as a part of our day-to-day life communication. In the past, we used to go and watch a movie. We still do it, right? We go and read a book. Now it's not like that. We're sitting on Twitter, and we are getting from Lior a tweet with a dead cow on a plate, usually. A picture of a dead cow on a plate, and Yossi smiling in the background. Okay? But the one tweet after that is a fictitious profile telling his part of the story. We've seen one important thing that happened with that concept. People believe in it, people are attracted to it. The emotional attachment that we managed to bring with that specific concept was much higher than in a regular one-way direction story. Okay? And even we had to call one of the biggest sites in Israel and ask them not to put a blog of one of the characters that we've created there as editor's choice. The blog was so good, the story was so compelling, that the editor of the website was certain it's a real story and wanted to put it as editor's choice. So we had to call him and say, look guys, it's a fake. Okay? My time is almost up. So I want to tell you about another concept that if anyone here wants to be part of it, I'll be glad to do it with you. I call it the 140 theater. Okay? Let's take The Godfather for example. As an example. Think that we have, for every character in The Godfather, has a Twitter user. We create them in advance. We ask people to follow it. If you like The Godfather, why don't you follow Vito Corleone or Michael Corleone? We have an issue with the length of the names. We'll find a solution. Okay? And for a month or so, we just tell their story. So Vito goes to buy oranges, all the basic stuff, right? But in a specific point in time, we're doing a live react of the movie. So when Vito Corleone talks to Michael Corleone, it's at Michael Corleone, blah, 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 blah. With a hashtag, which will be, I don't know, Godfather, hashtag Godfather, okay? So if you will follow these profiles, so you will see dead cow from Lior, Vito Corleone. Yossi smiling with another dead cow, Michael answering him. Another poor dead cow, Kay, is asking Michael why he's doing all those bad stuff. For me, as a person who loves stories, and loves the internet, and loves social, I think that this is going to be the future of storytelling. It will no more be an area or a place that you go to get the story in one specific location. It will be just a part of everyday life.